All right, I'm turning the microphones up, but not giving people video yet for the people who are watching the live stream. After 4 months away, we're back.
We're back.
We're back. All right, let's.
It's been 4 months.
Let's get rid of this. Yes, it has. It really has. It's been 4 months. Hi, it's me, Nate. Jason, Kareem, across the table from me, with the lovely Insta360 camera acting as our camera for this. So, oh, it got rid of that when I did that. Okay, put that back on. There we go. That looks better. Okay, now we're ready to start the show.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's been 4 months since we last did a show. A lot has happened since then. Jason has been pregnant.
Yes.
Had a kid.
Yeah, twins.
Another one?
Mm-hmm.
That's not. Yeah, you don't want to go to 3, do you?
Yeah, no.
Or 4? You don't want to do that.
No.
First, I want to address if you're watching the video at all, whether you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, because we're live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of those places you can see the video. We are clearly not at Darling New Media Studios in Midtown Sacramento because that no longer exists as an entity or as a location. As an entity, Darling New Media still exists because it's me, and we are still working with clients to help them create their podcasts, produce their podcasts, and in a lot of cases record their podcasts. My daughter's in the window. Great. Standing on the back of the couch. Not great. What's really funny is I can actually see her on camera. No, that was the TV I could see on camera.
She looks like a sad puppy, like wanting to
Well, she
play.
wants to come out and play.
Yeah.
And no, you can't come out and play in the podcast.
Yes.
So, yeah, I made the decision to close the podcast studios for a variety of reasons. The space was a challenge. We had 2 floods in late January and early February that rendered our studios unusable for a week to 10 days both times. That was a bit of a kick in the gonads. And just the climate right now, not the weather, the climate right now is all of the people that told me a year ago, oh, we're just going to take a break and we'll be back. Not a one of them has resumed their podcast. So the generation of new business is always a challenge. And when you have all of your other people that are slowly trickling out and not being replaced, then you make a business decision, and that was the business decision. So we are going to be operating remotely for people, and our podcast is going to come to you from the front yard.
Yeah, baby.
Tonight, it's so funny because yesterday in Sacramento, so we're recording on Monday, live on Monday. The audio of this will drop on Wednesday. And Sunday in Sacramento, it was 95 degrees.
And that was going to be the hottest day of the week.
It was stupid hot.
Yeah.
And we lucked out, I guess, because today the high was in the low 80s. And I messaged both Jason and Kareem before we started because the Delta breeze is blowing. You might want to bring a sweatshirt because it's actually kind of chilly out here.
And he lives a block from the river.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a couple blocks from the river.
I knew you lived close to the river. I knew the Delta breeze, and I also knew that, like it said, 72 out, like about an hour ago, and I was like, "Oh man, I know I could do it with just a t-shirt."
You wouldn't be happy,
and
not by the end of the show.
shorts. Yeah, by the end of the show,
And we wouldn't want to see your nips.
No.
I mean, you do, but you don't.
Not like that. I only want to see your nips if you're excited, not just because you're cold. Hey, it's a instant replay of the show. So, anyway, that's why we are where we are. Why we've been away for 4 months is another very long story, some of which I will tell you, and others of which I will not. I had kidney stones, and I had not 1 but 2 kidney stone procedures. The first time the stent was left in for 5 days,
Yeah, baby.
And my wife removed it. They said to her post-op, they're like, "You're okay with removing it, right?" And she said,
pretend it's a top.
and she said, "Sure."
Pretend you're starting a top.
And she was relatively kind when removing it.
Oh, nice.
Because she actually gives a shit. So the second time, because the pain never really went away, and the second time I had the procedure, because when they went in and looked, they go like, "Oh, look, there's a shard. We didn't see that.
Ouch.
A 9mm shard.
Ouch.
The original stone was 8. This was 9. So
Nice.
somehow it got bigger. They couldn't find the shard. So like, well, maybe it went back up into the kidney. Maybe you passed it. We don't know. But we're going to leave the stent in for 3.5 weeks.
I think you would have known if you passed the 9mm shard.
Well, it's so weird. So 3.5 weeks, I've got the stent in. And for anybody who doesn't know, basically the stent is there to hold open the tube.
Urethra.
Well, the tube that goes from your kidneys down to your bladder.
Oh, okay.
So it's not your urethra.
You don't need to get that wider so it can just slip out.
Well, we're getting to that part of the story.
Okay.
So
Do you have a really tight urethra?
not at this point. Hank, I no longer suffer from Hank Hill syndrome with the narrow urethra. So the original one, my wife removed the stent, and so for 5 days there was a string that came out the end of my penis and was taped off,
Nice.
which is less pleasant than it sounds. Way less pleasant than it sounds. And the removal hurt. And they're like, well, once the stent's out, it'll be fine. It was not.
It wasn't.
It was not.
It wasn't.
And I won't go into too many details about yada, 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 yada. But second procedure was required 3 weeks after the first one. And when it had that, this time, the stent was to be removed by the surgeon
Good.
3.5 weeks later. Oh, you say that, but wait until you hear why it's not necessarily good.
Because it kind of welded
Get
itself
back
inside.
in the house. My
Did it-
daughter poking out through the dog door.
Did it kind of like melt itself into your?
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
No, that's not the story. So when you have the stent in, here's the rub. You never quite know what the feeling you're going to get is when you go to take a leak. It ranges from mild discomfort to searing pain. From one to the other. But you never know. So it's like spinning the roulette wheel of what are we going to get this time? So every trip to the bathroom was an adventure.
I bet.
And of course, you're encouraged to drink as much fluids as possible because
Right.
you're trying to flush everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get past the 3.5 weeks. Finally, it was miserable because, of course, my back hurts because I've got this stent in there, and it's at the site where the kidney stone was, and it's unpleasant. It's uncomfortable, and so finally, it's time to go in and get it removed. And my wife came with me, and they say, "Oh, well, it's a very simple procedure. They numb you up with lidocaine, and then they go in and grab it and pull it right out. It's a 1 to 2 minute procedure."
Nice.
And so the male nurse comes in, gets everything sterilized. Great, fine, gets me all prepped. And then the doctor comes in, and she's ready to go.
Of course she is.
So she goes, "All right, are we ready to get this out?" And I'm like, "Yep, definitely ready to get this out," because it's been in for 3.5 weeks, and I am tired of it. So for 3.5 weeks, I don't have a string hanging out the end of my penis. It's up in my bladder. So we are. I'm
Here
late.
comes the train.
Right, here comes the train. I don't know how much of that's going to get picked up in the mics or not, but that's another story altogether.
It's just appropriate.
Yeah, here comes the train. So they say, "All right, we're gonna give you the lidocaine." So they take the syringe of lidocaine and they squirt it into the penis, right in the tip.
Yeah, yep, just
which,
the tip.
Which is not comfortable.
Right.
She then goes, all right, here we go. Pressure, 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 pressure. If you're wondering what the delay was, there was no delay. It was the amount of time it took her to put down the syringe with the lidocaine and to pick up the instrument that was going to go up my urethra into my bladder. And it was like, pressure, 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 pressure. And I'm like, oh my God.
But not in a good way.
No.
That wasn't an, oh my God.
No.
Like in a good way.
No. Nothing about it was good.
Nice.
And then she got it, grabbed it. It really was a quick procedure. Went in, grabbed it, started to pull it out. And then I know most lawnmowers now are push button starts or they're electric or whatever. But do you remember what it's like watching someone pull start a lawnmower?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
She didn't tie it to the end of the door like you pull a tooth.
Oh, no. It felt just like hand starting a lawnmower. Just a big, quick yank. Pulled it right out. That hurts so bad. I'm guessing the whole purpose of the lidocaine was to numb the pain from that. But even the dentist will let the Novocaine sink in for like
10 minutes. Yeah.
Well, I'm not asking for 10 minutes. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Give me something. Give me any amount of time at all for this to actually take effect.
Oh man.
It was awful. It was absolutely awful. So do not, under any circumstances, get kidney stones because it sucks.
So funny story. Last night, so I got a new game, Diablo 4.
Is there kidney stones?
No, yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean it's coming. All right. So I've been up. My sleeping schedule has been all like whacked, and my daughter's been sick. So
Right.
she comes in and she'll like cough for like an hour, like in the middle of the night, and it's like, get the fuck out of here. It's hard to have compassion sometimes.
Go
at
out in the
3:30
living room
a.m.
and do that.
But anyhow, so I haven't been getting much sleep the last couple of nights. But last night, I don't know. Like I tried that tried and true method. My daughter wasn't in the bedroom or anything like that yet. You know, it was like 2:00. I'd been laying in bed for 45 minutes, unable to
Have
fall
I mentioned we're in my front yard?
Yep.
Yeah.
45 minutes. All right. Like I just was lying there.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that tried and true method of yanking one out. Yeah, real quick, I was like, I'm gonna wank it real quick. There's no kid in the room. It's just me and my wife. I'm just gonna wank it real quick. Maybe that'll get me to go to sleep. Well, instead, like now, like for like the next half hour, 45 minutes after that, I had this urge to go to the bathroom, and then I'd try to go to the bathroom, and it would like burn and not come out all the way, and then I would walk away, and like as I'm like into the other room, like again, like I might have been too handsy.
Were you too aggressive with
Yeah, I
yourself?
might have been too aggressive with myself because I was fine today. But all I could think about, two things kept going through my mind last night. One of them is your kidney stone story. Like, oh my God, I yanked myself into having kidney stones. I know that that's not possible. I know that's not possible. I'm not gonna. So there's one that, and then whenever I hear kidney stones or whenever I think of kidney stones, the next thing that pops into my mind is the opening scene from Deadwood. Is it season 1 or season 2? With what's like the bar owner, the saloon owner. Who always
I forget. I've seen Deadwood, but I forget. It's
well,
been a while.
he has kidney stones at some point, and they're using this old tool that goes inside the urethra to kind of go in and retrieve them, and like he's trying to push the anyhow. So that's what I think of. So like all I can think about is like the procedure being the one that I think about.
Did you have peppers with dinner?
What did I have for dinner last night?
What'd you have on your hands?
No.
That's what a question.
No, I didn't. I did have pineapple juice though. I had.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So at least when you were cleaning up, your jizz tasted good.
Yeah, it tasted fine. Newsflash: the rumor is true.
Let me let you in on another little secret. for anybody who has never had kidney stones or kidney stuff like that. So as a guy, you know when you get hit in the balls really hard, it hurts all the way up to the middle of your abdomen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the fun thing. If you have kidney stones or something with your kidney, it goes the other way, and your testicle on that side feels like it's being squeezed to death the whole time.
Oh.
So it was literally like I was sitting on my nut
Ouch.
Nice.
for the whole time. That's that one little extra part that I've never heard before.
Yeah.
No
Man.
one's ever mentioned that to
Have
me.
you ever done that before where you accidentally sit on one of your balls?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the fucking worst, right?
It is.
I believe that's anybody over 35 has probably done
I
that.
would say I think it's an older man.
It's a
thing
gravity
because
thing. Although I'm sure there are younger men with prodigious sacks as well.
My sack was tight. It was like a fucking brand new jewel pouch.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm
because
talking
you had
about?
a boner all the time. In your
Fuck.
20s, you have a boner all the time. Of course, it's going to be
Man, I
uptight.
still have a fucking boner all the time.
Ah, well, there you go. That's how you ended up in that situation.
Jesus Christ, me. I know, man. I'm just trying to go to fucking sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That never works for me.
It
because
doesn't?
No, and I'll tell you why. I get in a shot of adrenaline when, yeah, it does not work for me.
See, I'm always just amped up, I think. So, like, that adrenaline
Well,
doesn't
fair.
affect me.
It's like I'm not affected by coffee that much.
Yeah.
So I get it. I totally get it.
I used to date a girl. That's how she would put herself to sleep.
Fair enough. Coffee? No.
I used to have a girlfriend. Just kidding.
Now you got a wife.
Yes.
Eesh.
been up
Take
there.
her, please. No, just kidding.
Since we Kareem, what have you been up to? Jason's had his issues. Anything you want to talk about over the last 4 months?
Oh man. Last 4 months, work has been crazy. I'm not gonna get into that too much because one of my people listen to the podcast, or she might listen to it.
What?
Wow.
What?
Is this the racist one?
No.
Is this the coworker that's a transphobe? No, I'm just
Yeah,
fucking
no. It's not a coworker. It's a it's a vendor.
I'm just fucking around.
Oh,
You've
man.
never said anything.
You could have just stopped right there. The censor button is working.
Yes. I went to North Carolina for I went to the East Coast for a week or like 10 days. My 20-year-old niece graduated from North Carolina State University.
Go Wolfpack.
And then I went there, and then one of my football kids from out here graduated from Tuskegee University the next week, which is in
damn.
Alabama. He finished third in his class. And then I got back here, and I found out that my goddaughter was graduating from Sac State with her master's degree.
Holy shit.
And I went to high school graduation this week. So graduations, I got a lot of smart people in my family.
Man, you must be broke as fuck.
I am broke as fuck.
That sounds like a lot of shit that costs money, man.
Yes.
Like,
Well, a lot of it I didn't pay for with cash. I paid for with miles.
yeah.
And I crashed at a friend's house in Atlanta, and then I stayed with folks, relatives, most of the week, so I didn't have to pay for that. So the rental car got me the most out of everything. And then my sister and her husband came out for a week, pretty much the week after I got back, or maybe 2 weeks after I got back. So we went to the Stone Soul concert in Concord. Robin Thicke can sing, but he should not sing in that falsetto voice.
Who, Robin Thicke?
Yeah. Yes. If he sings in his regular voice, he actually sounds good.
Who was the concert you went and saw?
It was Robin Thicke, Stokely,
Oh, okay.
who was the lead singer for Mid Condition, Fantasia,
Yeah.
Kim, and Vivian Green, and Curtis Blow.
Yeah, I saw that on my black Twitter.
Yeah.
Not on my.
On your black Twitter.
Yes.
I had to have a separate one because I'm too white.
And It was so funny. It was fun. It was a great show. Like I said, Robin Thicke can actually sing. He just shouldn't sing in a falsetto. Just sing the way you can sing, dude. And he was smart enough to have a really good band to cover for him. And then Fantasia was really good. But it was funny because my sister and brother-in-law are like straight-laced people, so they don't smoke, drink, or any of that stuff.
Oh,
or not really.
well, I mean, until they went to this.
Well, they didn't participate, but the people in the Bay.
So you don't have to participate.
I hope neither one of them had to take a drug test when they got back.
Oh.
Because the weed was crazy.
It was probably fucking
I'm sure.
loud, as the kids call it.
Yes, the weed was crazy. There were people blowing smoke in front of us, behind us, beside us.
It's just one, like the pavilion, the Concord Pavilion is just one fucking bowl.
Yes.
It's like you can probably get up into the nosebleed seats
Yes.
and probably see the cloud just hanging around the lower seats.
Oh, dude. And then it was funny because they played.
Funny enough, they don't have a Delta Breeze there.
They do not. But it was funny because they played Too Short's Blow the Whistle.
Oh, shit.
And the crowd went crazy, and they were just sitting there. And I
Like,
looked at them, and I was like, now y'all look like tourists.
Yeah, now you look like tourists.
You need to move.
This is Bay Area.
This is the Bay Area anthem right now. You need to move.
This is town biz. As they say.
There's grandmas, great-grandmas out there getting it on.
Of course they are, man. I mean, come on. Too Short's been blowing that whistle since 1980s.
Facts.
I mean, to be fair, like the 25-year-old or 34-year-old he was hitting, and it's now a grandma. Possibly a great-grandma.
Great-grandma, yeah.
Yeah.
They were all
We're
out
fucking
there.
old, bro.
They were all out there gigging.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Oh my God. So, my daughter has started taking karate classes.
Oh, nice.
She's had to, and she showed Kareem some hiya when he got here.
Yes.
Okay,
She said,
all right.
"Hi-ya."
She mostly just says hiya, which is hilarious.
Yes, it is.
But we got her gi, and there's nothing cuter than a small child in a gi.
It's pretty great.
It really, really is. And one of the things that we have to do in the Tiny Tigers class is there's always one section where they ask the family to come out, and you have to do something with them. And it involves getting, so I'm eye level with her. It involves getting down on the mat. So I have to kneel down on the mat. It's not the kneeling down, it's the getting up.
Yes.
It's the getting up.
Yeah.
It's the oldness, it's the weight, it's everything.
I got out of my car earlier to get changed, because I had to go pick up Alex, and then I went home to change real quick because I got the text.
Right.
I got out of my car like a C.
Oh, man.
Oh boy, yeah, it's crazy. Another thing that I did while we were away is I went on my first cruise ever. My wife, myself, the kids, my mother-in-law, my niece, and we're all in one large cabin. And my sister-in-law and her friend were also on the cruise in another cabin. There were some other family members.
So you must have had a big stateroom.
We had a two-bedroom stateroom. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was.
I mean, just for everybody out there, like even a big stateroom is still fucking small.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
surprisingly.
I mean, this was a good size. This was something like we haven't gone on vacation in years at this point. So it was an all-in sort of situation. And the cruise was Seattle to Alaska and back.
Okay.
Because you got to come back.
Yes.
Few things. It was fun. There was there's always the stress of doing something for the first time, like getting on a cruise ship, all of the stuff that goes along with that. And then, am I going to get seasick? I mean, I had the patch, but am I going to get seasick? What's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? My mother-in-law's scooter died.
Oops.
The one we rented,
Okay.
it died. And they're like, well, you need to charge it. I'm like, no, it was fully charged. It ceased to work.
Oh, damn.
And even when in neutral, I would push it for about 20 feet, and then it would engage so that I could not push it.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
It was like pushing it while in gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It sucked. And it happened, of course, it died on her halfway up. We're in Ketchikan. And the dock there, you go up this grade. So she's going up the grade, and that's where it stops. So I pushed it all the way to there's a guardhouse at the top.
Man, I'd leave it fucking there, man. Fuck you
that's what
and your fucking
Well,
thing.
that's what we ended up doing because we had to go and catch our excursion because you got to get on the bus.
Yeah.
So I left it by this guardhouse, and I said, hey, can you, like, is there any you can reach out to the ship to go, oh, we never talked to them. Like, what? Anyway, we go do the excursion, and we get back. It's raining because it always rains at Ketchikan. And we get off the bus, and it's late, but we've been assured, oh, yeah, no worries about this. And, of course, they're like, you need to go back to your boat immediately. They're getting ready to blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right. And it's still sitting there next to the guardhouse. So I'm like, I got to push this motherfucker. So I start pushing it, and I'm getting drenched. I mean, I've got my raincoat, but I'm getting drenched because the wind is whipping. And I see the cart that all of my family has gotten on. They finally catch up to me because they had to wait for everybody to load, and I had already got a head start. And they get a little bit past me, but then they have to stop because there's an ambulance coming in the other direction, and there's not enough room for them to pass each other. So the cart has to back all the way back up. So even with pushing this cart, which is in gear half the time, I still beat them back to the ship. Anyway, so that was an adventure, and it sucked for her because then, she's, she has to struggle to get around without it.
Yeah.
And, it's just kind of a bummer that bless you, that happened. The other thing you should know about cruise ships. So cruise ships, most of them have a casino. Mm-hmm. And they have shops on them. Mm-hmm. Here's the rub. If you are anywhere near the shore, not necessarily docked, if you're docked too, but if you are anywhere near the shore, you are not in international waters. They do not have the operating casino nor the operating shops.
Oh.
So when you're coming back from Alaska, at a certain point, you are, we stopped in Victoria, British Columbia. And probably about 3 or 4 hours before we got in there, everything closed. Everything closed. And it never opened again because you're in the sound and all the way through there. Yeah. Nothing opened again after that.
Oh, wow.
So no shops, no casino. None of that was available on the ship.
How many days? Like 3 days, 4 days?
No. It was only for, that part was only for from like 6 p.m. till like the next morning, 6 a.m. we docked. So it wasn't available. And anytime you were near a port, they have to shut it down.
Yeah.
Because they would then be responsible for local taxes and other things like that. And they're not going to have that.
No, they're not paying any taxes.
Not paying taxes. Why are they registered in the Bahamas?
So they don't have to.
So they don't have to pay taxes.
And they don't have to worry about extradition laws.
There's a lot of things like that. Nobody died on the ship, thankfully, at least that we heard about.
Nobody fell overboard.
No. That was not the Carnival Fun Cruise. there was a ship. I think it was a Carnival ship that someone fell off of.
The first cruise, yep.
There was also the Carnival ship that got caught in the tropical depression, where the lower levels of it flooded because the waves were so high. I was like, thank God I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because
there's always next time.
there was, dude, there was one night. It was after Ketchikan, and so it was a long ride back, and the boat's rocking pretty good.
Well, then don't come knocking.
And not only is the boat rocking pretty good, they're blowing the horn. You can hear the horn blowing. I'm like, why are they still blowing? Why are they blowing the horn? And I'm guessing it's just because there's a bunch of ship traffic there.
Well,
but
they're listening to Blow the Whistle by Too Short.
Blow, blow, blow the man down. So yeah, it was fun. And then back, not enough time in Seattle. I like Seattle a lot. And we got in, I think at 4:00. Yeah, 4:00 on the day before the cruise. So we had that evening there, and then we got back, and it was, we had gotten a car service, and that brought us right to the airport. And by the time we got through security, we had 20 minutes before we started boarding the flight. So it was quick turnaround. However, the day we flew out of Sacramento, apparently everyone else had to, because there were no spots in the garages. There were no spots in the short-term parking. And I parked literally 3 spots from the runway in the in the long-term parking east lot.
Oh, damn.
Like literally 3 spots from the corner where the runway is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Shuttle bus. Yeah. Yeah. Big fun. Big fun. There's always something with the travel, but ultimately we made it, and it was all good. Lots of stuff on the cruise ship. The VR arcade, the Broadway type shows.
Did you do it all?
We didn't do. We did. We saw the Beatles cover band, which was really good. We saw the Choir of Man, which was the musical show that was on board. That was really good as well. It's actually a show that's playing in London, different cast, but it's a show that's playing in London as well. And I did download the soundtrack from my Apple Music after. So, yeah, fun show. And there was we did hit the casino. Yes, we did eat at the restaurants. We did play the bingo games that they have. What else did we do?
Did they do the
Deal or No Deal?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Deal or No Deal was in there.
I went on a cruise years and years and years ago, like when I was 18, and one of the activities you could do.
Were you on the Mayflower?
Yeah, it was. It was actually it was the Santa Maria.
No, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was the Nina or the Pinta.
Yeah, no. So anyhow, it was Royal Caribbean, and no, it was Viking. It was Viking cruise. Sorry. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't.
But one of the activities was like Sunday morning you could shoot skeet.
We did not have that. There was a racetrack on the top level as well as laser tag.
Oh, all right.
And water slides. But when you're going to Alaska in May, it's a little chilly for the water slide.
You didn't go on the water slide?
No.
Just fucking. Yeah, so they didn't have shotguns that you could shoot trap off. The back
no.
No,
no, they did not.
You know he was shooting skeet.
From the windows to the wall.
He's always shooting skeet.
Skeet Ulrich.
Oh,
It's an old Family Guy joke.
Poor Skeet Ulrich.
Is it really poor Skeet Ulrich? Oh boy.
Man. Oh, I did learn how to play some piano in the break.
There you go.
Yeah, so I learned how to play Lean on Me and Amazing Grace and the Camptown Lady.
Did she sing the song?
Uh,
Oh man. I learned a couple other songs that I can't remember what the fuck they were.
I learned that light is too bright as I'm looking at this because I'm very white.
Well, I
You
mean,
guys look good right now.
Yeah.
So
I always look.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the lighting. Just talking about the lighting. And I'm not going to get up to turn it down, so you're going to have to deal with my ultimate whiteness. I apologize to everybody for that. Yeah, well, that's great. Since we've been gone, Donald Trump got indicted in New York
Yes.
State.
Yes.
Indicted. Although the trial doesn't start till next March.
Yeah, but he's gonna be indicted probably 3, maybe 4 more times by the time that one.
The revelations that have come out in the last week or so about this Mar-a-Lago documents case
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
And especially the latest one, which was, and there's tapes
Yeah.
of him talking about a top secret document. Well, not top secret. It's a secret document, not top secret, but a secret document that he would love to show them. And you can hear him rustling a paper. He'd love to show them, but can't because he's not president anymore and he can't just declassify it.
Right.
So he's admitting that his whole idea of being able to declassify stuff is, what's the word?
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but also that document was at Bedminster
Yes.
in New Jersey,
Yes.
not at Mar-a-Lago.
So that's coming.
And some of the people who were moving the boxes, the guy who was helping the guy move the boxes around Mar-a-Lago, apparently asked the security peeps how often how long it takes for the security tape to erase. Like how long does it stay?
Yeah.
You know, is it like every 3 days? Does it get word over? What is it? What are we looking at here? Not a great look.
No.
So, it's going to be really interesting. And
then there's another grand jury in Florida that we did not know about.
I was going to say Georgia, which was going to indict probably in January, but they had a bunch of cooperating witnesses come forward.
And that one might spread to other states. So that might be a RICO case.
Yeah. So he's losing his mind on. He's tweeting in all caps. Not tweeting, but socializing. What do they call it on Truth Social? Socializing.
So his attorneys
Truthin'.
his attorneys met with the DOJ today. So either they're trying to cut a deal.
Well, they also have contemporaneous notes from one of his lawyers about being told they can't look in the office.
Yeah.
When they were supposed to be returning documents.
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts.
So the grand jury is in Florida that's talking about the movement of the documents. So that's a whole nother deal that we just heard about today.
Yeah. I wasn't even familiar with that.
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
I just hope this shit keeps going on with him and like it just keeps like being there. So when it comes to between him and Ron, that like the Republicans just lose their fucking minds and Biden can squeeze through another year, another term.
Yeah. Well, he can't stop himself.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness for small miracles
and no one else can stop him either, and that's
Yeah.
part of the issue.
And then E. Jean Carroll refiled her suit that she already won.
Was it a refile? I thought it was because the decision was about defamation, past and future. So they don't have to retry the whole thing.
Right.
They're just asking for further judgment because he immediately went on the CNN town hall and kept doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Which is just going to cost him more money.
Yes.
Which is fine for him.
Not him,
Because it's not
his followers.
His followers.
Well, exactly.
That's his money.
Exactly, because people keep sending him money.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to send it to televangelists. Now they send it to this guy.
Man, but listen, when I've thought I've thought about sending this motherfucker some money because if you look at my fucking spam, bro, let's see, 540, Donald Trump. My plan, 316, Team Trump me, signing yours. 242, Donald J. Trump, loyalty. 1247, Donald J. Trump, the one thing that stood out. 1035, Team Trump regarding 2024 polling. 857, Team Trump. 809, Naomi Karina, mom's looking ass fucker. 706, Donald Trump. I mean, like, so, like, how many fucking emails do I get in one day from this fucker? Like, asking
why
for money.
are you even getting emails from him?
Man, somebody fucking, I'm sure some fucking asshole donated $10 in my fucking name or some shit.
You know
got
there's
me on a
spam
fucking
filters,
list.
right?
Oh, no, it's in my spam.
Oh,
It's in my
okay.
spam filter. Yeah, no, fuck yeah, it goes in my spam. I'm just letting you know, like, how often my spam filter has to put up with that fucking bullshit. Did you hear? Like, that's worse than a fucking needy girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, that's some fucking. I'm ready to break up. That's not just one day. That's every single fucking day, man.
Yeah.
I don't get that many from, like, Newsom sends me a text message once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, we're trying to fight people burning books in Florida. Send some money. So.
Oh, speaking of which, there was a plane flown to Sacramento
Oh yeah.
with some undocumented folks on it
Yes.
from Texas. However, it appears as though, allegedly, it was sent by the governor of Florida.
Oh, nice.
He's about to catch a case.
He's about ready. He loves to fuck around. We'll see how much he loves to find out.
Yes.
Because this ain't Martha's Vineyard.
Nope.
It's not like, well, that wasn't a very nice thing to do. If you think Gavin Newsom hasn't been preparing for this shit for months,
Oh yeah.
like, I'm surprised that hasn't happened before.
Yeah. Well, they're about to fuck around and find out that Gavin is not the one to play with.
No, because he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He's got fuck you money.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. If he wants to run, he's gonna get reelected. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's also Pride Month,
Yes.
which means the assholes are out in full force, like Candace Owens.
What I can appreciate at the very least about
Man,
someone
fuck this
like
bitch.
Eric
Just get her
Bernal
off here, man.
is that at least he's acknowledging that transgenderism is in fact satanic. It is a perversion of the truth. It is meant
Fucking
to
bitch.
harm people. It is meant to target, pun very much intended, children with this harmful ideology. It is meant to convince.
Cunt. That's the word that comes to mind.
It's not an ideology at all, and at Target, because conservatives are boycotting Target because
It is weird that she would say it. It's not weird. I guess it's weird. Doing weird. It's stupid, because if you actually study the history of transgender, that in other cultures they were actually medicine people, or because they were considered to be dual gendered, and they weren't treated as outcasts.
That
They were-
fucking bitch does not give a fuck and care about anybody else's fucking ideology besides her sanctimonious fucking Christian.
No, dude, and she doesn't care.
Bitch.
She doesn't care about that shit either. She's cared about the paycheck.
yeah.
She's
Man,
not-
fuck that cunt. Like, I'm not going to use it that often. I hope your daughter's not listening or looking at me, but man.
them to commit to decisions that will ultimately ruin their lives. You do not get your private parts back once you start to experiment with them. There's no way that you can reverse those sorts of trends, and they are aware of that.
I wish I
People
would have
are
heard that last night. I wish I would have heard it last night.
First of all, if it's hormone therapy, yes, it is reversible.
Yeah.
They don't do surgeries until you're well down the line.
Yes, and
And normally 99.9% of the time, you are an adult who's gone through
Therapy.
a ton of counseling, a ton, like years and years and years.
yeah,
This isn't like, oh, I've decided that I'm going to ride a motorcycle, so I'm going to go down to the Harley dealership and buy one.
nope.
It's not at all. At all. And so let's keep track now. The conservatives are mad at Bud Light.
Yes.
The conservatives are mad at Target.
Yes.
They should be mad at Walmart because Walmart also has Pride Month displays.
They haven't talked about them yet.
Well, of course they haven't.
Yeah.
Their outrage has to be spread out.
Yeah. Oh, it went to one other place. You gonna talk about that?
I
Yeah, talking
am.
about
I'm
that
getting
place?
there. I'm very much
Kinda
getting there
excited about this
because Chick-fil-A is now woke chicken. By the way, the Chick-fil-A has had a diversity and inclusion officer for 2 years. For 2 years. Not a peep from these people.
Yeah.
Pun intended. But for some reason now, they're all mad that Chick-fil-A is...
Well, they just hired somebody new. I think they replaced the person.
They hired a new person, yes. But the position has been there for 2 years.
Yes.
They have just hired somebody new to fill the position because, I don't know, what's the word? They want to sell a bunch of fucking chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
To as many people as possible. They haven't stopped giving money to anti-LGBTQIA plus places. They haven't stopped backing candidates who express views that are harmful to the LGBTQIA plus community.
They are not open on Sundays.
They are not open on Sundays.
One of the few places that is not open on Sundays, like as far as restaurants are concerned.
Yeah. But I'm saying they didn't change the policy.
Yeah.
They
no.
have not changed shit. All they have done is hired somebody at corporate who is trying to make them not catch flack from places like California. So your diversity and inclusion officer is going to make sure that you are open to hiring people of different backgrounds. They're going to make sure that you are willing to franchise people. I believe in Emeryville, the person who's franchised the Chick-fil-A there is black and gay.
Yeah.
Look out.
Man, I can't wait till that drag show happens.
Right? The Chick-fil-A drag show. Oh, my God.
Only in Emeryville.
Only. There's a phrase I have never heard before. No. Only in Emeryville. Of all the places in the Bay Area. But yeah, it's just this constant cycle of outrage about something. They've got to be mad about something all the time because they go on their whatever they're doing, whether it's this Daily Wire bullshit that Candace Owens is a part of, or Fox News. Oh, Tucker Carlson got fired while we were away.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, man, thank God.
Which has really not been good for Fox News.
No.
In terms of their numbers.
Well, the thing was, he wasn't really good for Fox News.
No.
He was good for their numbers, but he wasn't good for their bottom line because he didn't have any real national sponsors on the show. It was pretty much like the mattress guy. What was it, Mike? Whatever his
Mike
name.
Lindell.
Mike Lindell. It was people like that were advertising on the show.
The My Pillow guy.
It wasn't,
and I'm sure gold people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was grifter
reverse mortgages.
It wasn't major sponsors on the show, so they weren't making a shit ton of money from him.
Yeah, Fox News
then they were
lost
costing.
all of those people a while ago. Also, CNN.
Fuck
Since
CNN.
they did their Trump town hall, and they've been getting away from identity politics by sucking up to conservatives. And then Anderson Cooper decided to commit Harry on his own career after the Trump town hall, accused the people who had a problem with the Trump town hall, which, by the way, was filled with Trump supporters, but not just Trump supporters. This was supposed to be a sampling of New Hampshire voters. One of the people they saw in the crowd was Woody Johnson, who owns the Jets.
Yeah.
Does not own anything in New Hampshire, does not live in New Hampshire, is not from New Hampshire. Chris Christie and some of the other Republicans said, I know all of those people. These were not New Hampshire voters.
No.
These were fucking Trump fanboys and girls that were looped in there to give him a friendly audience.
Yep.
That's all it was. How about you just watch your show? For anybody who couldn't hear that, my daughter yelled that my wife has gone night-night, which means she fell asleep.
Aw.
Anyway, so Anderson Cooper decided on his show he was going to come out and said, well, you know, all these people, they just want to live in their silos and not watch anything else, blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, you privileged...
Vanderbilt loving bitch.
You privileged, narcissistic, clueless dipshit.
Yes.
How dare you? You have someone who tried to subvert our democracy that is getting platformed by your organization.
Because your owner is a fanboy.
And not just platformed. Not just platformed, but the deck stacked
Yes.
in his favor. And you're going to come out and go, oh, well, you know, you live in your silo and you should have a blah, 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 blah. Anderson Cooper is now finishing 4th. Newsmax is beating Anderson Cooper now on the regular.
Yes.
CNN is a distant 3rd and often 4th now
Yes.
in the cable news ratings.
So is it Fox, OAN?
No, it's Fox and MSNBC. Jason.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
not-
I don't
not
know.
OAN.
I
A
don't
lot
know.
of people
I don't know.
drop-
I don't know who the fuck. Like, man, I don't know how bad shit has gotten as far as that shit's concerned.
Let me tell you something. Things have gotten really bad.
Well, the CNN shit. I mean, I knew when that guy took over a couple, what is that, like less than a year ago, like 9 months ago, that they were fucked.
Yes.
I knew they were fucked.
Yeah.
And he got booed at a commencement speech at his alma mater.
Yeah.
Maybe read the room before you go.
These fucking college kids, they can't handle anything. It's cancel culture.
Well, they were chanting "Pay your writers,"
Yeah.
because of course the Screen Actors Guild is on strike right now, and the company that owns CNN also owns Warner Brothers, and is part of the reason why the writers are on strike.
Yeah.
There's a variety of reasons why. Everything from you're not paying us for the streaming shows. We're not being compensated properly for that.
Or you're deplatforming them so nobody can watch them.
And using AI in writing is the big one. It's like,
Okay. Well, we were talking about AI here real quick. AI has been overhyped. Just in case you didn't know,
of course.
it has been way overhyped. And the fact that AI was invented by people, it performs like people. So, like your uncle who doesn't know shit and makes up shit to take the place of the stuff that he does not know, AI does the exact same thing. And people assume that is correct because it's the computer and it's AI. But no, it does the exact same thing. It puts
Fills in the
puts bullshit in the gaps to make the story.
Well, we shouldn't say bullshit. It's most likely
No, dude.
like the best percentage, even if it's 5%.
No, it's bullshit. They made up. So there are 2 lawyers in New York right now that are facing debarment
Because they're using AI
because
to
they're
write their
using
briefs.
AI to write their briefs. And guess what
Right.
AI did, Jason?
I fucked them up.
No, I mean get more.
I made up laws. that
It
didn't
made
exist.
up cases. Cases that
Well-
did not exist.
Well, fuck those guys for not being fucking smart. Like, I'm sorry, but like, listen, any fucking thing that you do right now with any type of new technology, you should be fucking raking over with a fine-tooth comb after you fucking finish that shit. Because, like you said, it's learning. It's in the fucking infancy stage,
Yeah.
and it's already getting smarter. But
It's not getting as smart as people are saying.
oh,
Well,
I got one smart for you.
don't lose track of the real part here, that people are lazy and cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the part that is the issue with the Screen Actors Guild. It's like, or the Screenwriters Guild. or the Writers Guild of America, is that you think you can just throw a fucking premise into AI and come back with a script that's going to be as good as something that real writers would have come up with.
No.
And you're not. You're just not. But they're going to do it, and that's what they're going to want to make.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I mean, we're first of all talking about a channel, like, because it's Warner Brothers. Like, the big one is Discovery that's on there now, and that Discovery bullshit, dude. Like, we should have seen. Like, of course, like they think like, yeah, every single one of those fucking Discovery shows could be written by ChatGPT. Escape from Oak Island, The Treasure of Oak Island. Any of the shit on the Magnolia Network with fucking those people, you know what I mean?
You better not be talking about 90 Day Fiance, or we're gonna have words. Or You, Me, and My Ex, or I Love a Mama's Boy, or
all of them, buddy, all of them.
Or Smothered.
Yeah, all of them could be written. All of those shows could be written
but
by.
you can't write those shows, man. Those are experiences.
Oh,
And that's
those shows. Are...
No. But that's why you can't do.
Well,
that's why you can't do that shit with chat.
No, I'm fucking around because
Yeah.
he's already doing it without like the reason that those shows exist is because of a writer's strike that happened over a decade ago.
Yeah.
So you have a bunch of those fucking shows.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, of course it's like, of course this guy who was like fucking coming over from all these shows that don't have any fucking writers on them that are paid. Like, of course he's not. Of course he's going to. Hey, you know what? I don't want people to. I don't want to pay these people on The Wire anymore. They're getting too much money from their streaming rights, so we're just gonna take it off and shelf it for the next 10 years. So we don't have to pay any of them.
Yeah.
And we can say we're losing money on it because we were making money on it at one time. Fuck them, dude. Fuck all these fuckers. Fuck everyone.
Yeah.
So no new shows. If you haven't noticed, there's well, the funny thing is there are shows that are in the can.
Yeah.
So we got the White House Plumbers, which I just started watching.
Yeah.
First episode is fucking mind blowing. There's a new season of The Righteous Gemstones coming out. I saw the promo for that. If you had HBO Max, it's now just called Max.
Yeah.
And it has all of the Discovery shows on it, which you might say, well, that sucks, unless you were subscribed to Discovery Plus and HBO Max, and now you can cancel that Discovery Plus subscription because it's all right there on Max, bitches.
Yeah. Or you're paying for Discovery and you get Max for free through your internet.
Well,
I get it. I get it. So I get HBO. I had HBO Max, but I get Max for free still.
Well, do you get it for free, or do you get it because you subscribe to HBO and cable?
No, I get 100 gigabyte download speed for my internet. So I pay $80 a month for my internet, and I get HBO Max for free.
Oh, they threw that in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
And that's something that like it doesn't leave or won't go away. So.
Oh, and before we wrap up, because we're almost to an hour, and I don't want to go long because it's windy and it's cold. The NFL Sunday Ticket, not on DirecTV anymore. It's on YouTube TV.
And it's $5,000.
It is not $5,000. It's $100 off the price of it through June 6th. So if you see this before June 6th, which
if
is
you sign up for YouTube TV.
No. It's $100 off if you don't sign up for YouTube TV. It's just more expensive if you don't.
It's $6,000.
It is not $6,000. It was expensive anyway.
It's $7,000.
And you had to. And by the way, you had to have DirecTV to get Sunday Ticket before.
It's $7,523.
So
and 77 cents.
Kareem, if you want to watch your Steelers, is how you do it. June 6th is the last day that they're offering the introductory $100 off, and that's $100 off the price.
And then it goes up to $17,000.
That's next year.
$955.
How much is it for NFL ticket?
It is if you have YouTube TV, I believe it is $249 for the season. If you do not, it is $349 for the season.
But they're giving you $100 off. Or is that with $100?
That's with the $100 off.
Oh, fuck you.
So if you want it, you better fucking get it quick, because you're going to pay $100 more. And That's the deal.
$22,859.
Listen, DirecTV was not a bargain either, man. It was expensive on DirecTV.
Yeah.
They just billed you monthly.
Yes.
And it was like $65 a month for like 10 fucking months. It was ridiculous.
Yes.
So YouTube TV, yes, I'm just saying, if you're gonna get it now and get it quickly. So whether you subscribe to YouTube
usually
TV,
my motto.
excuse me, whether you subscribe to YouTube TV or not, it's $100 off the price through June 6th. Afterwards, it goes up. So it's going to be more. It's going to be like $500 a month.
So by the time
or $500 for the season.
by the time this comes out, doesn't matter.
Well, unless you're watching it live, because it's going to be
watch it 8.
It's a pro tip for all of the people who get to catch it by the end of Tuesday. So
catch
that
it if you can.
right.
Then it'll be $50,477.
It's expensive.
$477.
It's here's the thing though,
listen,
Kareem.
I might just put a down payment on the Titans or something.
Roll into any NFL stadium. Okay? Get 2 seats in the lower bowl. Pay for parking, pay for your snacks, and buy 1 souvenir. And you've already spent more than the entire season of Sunday Ticket.
Oh, but think of those memories you just made.
Oh my God. The last memory I have of attending an NFL game was, I believe, when EJ and I decided to leave the 49ers game midway through the third quarter, because when I looked at him and said, "They're not trying, why should we care? Do you want to stay?" And he said, "No." And we left. Candlestick fucking Park, bitches.
Well, I'm going to San Diego. I guess it's Los Angeles.
Good luck.
Angeles.
Going to San Diego to watch some football, are you?
And Las Vegas
Oh man,
this season.
fuck that shit, man. Fuck all those traitors.
Yep, it's gonna be super free. So that's it. We've hit an hour and 5 minutes. So
Wow.
let's
We'll talk about my budding stand-up career next week.
it's true. We've Jason has a tight 5 now.
Yes.
Tight 5. We'll talk about a bunch of stuff next week. But it's good to be back. It's good to even a front yard situation. So a couple of bugs that we will work out, including how really bright my face is right now.
See, when you said some bugs, I thought there was actually like mosquitoes or bugs.
No, it's too windy for mosquitoes, but I do have
goodness.
citronella candles, so
Just in case.
I got those, and I was ready to light them. I'm like, well, it's windy and there's no bugs, so no need.
Yeah.
I went camping on Memorial Day weekend, man. Those fucking mosquitoes out there were no fucking joke.
Right? Well, we won't have them here because we got the candles.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Thank you, goodness. All right, thank you everybody for listening and telling a friend if you can do that. The WTH podcast is back, and we are excited to be bringing you a show streaming every Monday, and then the audio is released on Wednesday morning. So
There you go.
take care. Oh yeah, right there. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.